It was raining hard, harder than anything I had seen here before. I was cold, walking with my head down, trying to protect the few parts of my face that weren't drenched. I recall a calmness that night, just peace with the sound of the rain. I lived in a kind of busy small town. It was old though. Not many cars, so the rain was all you could hear. Nobody wanted to be out in the rain, driving or not. I had to. I had gotten drunk and passed out. The bar closed, so they woke me. I was still too inebriated to drive, so I walked. I was almost home before something red caught my eyes. A pair of red shoes attached to a girl whom was sitting at a bus stop. The buses ended a long time ago, so I was confused. I walked up, trying to make myself look small and non-threatening. I assumed maybe she was in my boat, or maybe a bad fight with her partner. She didn't notice me at first, so I said something along the lines of, "Are you okay?" She had an essence that expelled from her that I could only describe as the color blue, cool but kind of eerie. But she had said, "Yeah, I'm fine, just needed some air." I thought it was odd because she didn't have a drop of water on her. Not to mention her clothes looked new but odd, almost desaturated and old-fashioned. I didn't think much though, because fashion is relative nowadays. I don't judge. I felt bad though, so I said I just lived across the way and gave her my phone number on the back, or a fortune cookie fortune I got earlier that night. Red is the color of the devil. I remember me and my buddies laughed about it when we got it. It was before the bar and we were never superstitious people, so we thought it was dumb. I went back to my house, waited for a text or something, and it never came, but that was okay. I woke up, grabbed some coffee, and went to work. My office has glass walls, literally, so I could see everyone passing by. For some reason I thought I kept seeing something odd, but it was never there, so I just assumed I was tired and hungover, which I was. Later, when I got home, something was odd. Gary, my cat, was just freaked out. He just hid all night, occasionally growling. He never does this. He's the sweetest cat I know, so I took him to the vet. Nothing was wrong, so I was confused, but they gave him a little sedative to relax. I laid in bed that night, weirded out and not able to sleep. I decided to go downstairs, and then I saw it again, the flashes in the office. But this time it was more visible. A red flash. A familiar red. I was freaked out, but thought I was just worried about Gary. I had slept horribly, but still. I saw her again that day, though, at the same bus stop. I hurried by, though, because honestly at that point I thought she possibly could have been stalking me. At work, I saw the same red flash in the corners of my eyes and asked my buddy if I could see the security camera's previous feed. He obliged because I was actually kind of scared, and I think he could tell. But nothing. I ask my boss if I can go home. He says yes, and I go. I laid down and took a nap, but when I woke up, I almost screamed. I can see the girl peeking around the corner, but then vanish. I live in a decently old home, like I described. My city's very old, but when she disappeared it was silent. Even Gary makes certain boards creak. Thoroughly freaked out, I took Gary and called my buddy to crash there for a bit. I do and take a leave at work, and everything's okay. I go home, and again I wake up to her. But she's standing in my room and Gary's not on my bed. I yell incoherently, but she smiles. I squeeze and rub my eyes and she vanishes. I call James, my brother, and one thing leads to another and I'm in the mental hospital. The cycle repeats. She never says anything, just the unnerving smile. The cycle repeats. She won't let me see her when other people are around. I'm going crazy. Maybe she's not real, and I'm just psychotic. I don't want to go home this time. I don't want to be alone. I think I'm gonna ask James to move back home. Later. I'm with James now. He's worried. I am too. I'm scared. I feel alone. Even with people here, if I explain my problems, I look crazy. I need help. I think she's coming back. I see her when I'm alone here now. I need help. I'm getting crazy ideas and it almost feels like they are hers. I don't tell anyone anything anymore even when they ask. I can feel the tension growing. I get thoughts about hurting myself or others. I feel like I can't do anything without risk, so I think I'm going on one last drive.